All right, David, what do you got?
Let's start in New York. No, not the Giants. Let's talk about the Jets here. There's a lot going on with the Jets. So Zach Wilson was asked post-game in his press conference if he if he feels like he let the defense down, and he says no. Then Garrett Wilson goes on a locker room rant when he's interviewed by the media. A lot of expletives, and he said we got to do better. We have to be better. And then according to sources, Zach Wilson then goes in the locker room, and his attitude is as he did nothing wrong in the game. He is the end-all, be-all. What is going on in New York? And then Robert Saleh is then also in his press conference saying we have to be better.
Dude, he called the offense dog bleep.
Yeah, thank you.
But that's Zach Wilson stinks. This isn't new. They were winning in spite of him. Yep. And by the way, who's surprised when it's the second time Belichick has tape on you in the season? I don't get it with Zach Wilson. I don't. I never did. I didn't understand him getting taken second overall. So enjoy.
Yeah, I think this is it for them. Who's the backup?
Mike Wilson or whatever. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, yeah.
Maybe time just to go to Flacco for the rest of the season.
And crazy way for them to lose, of course, on that punt return. That was
delightful.
Outstanding.
You hate to see it.
So let me get to the Minnesota Vikings here. The Vikings are the first team in NFL history to be 8-2 or better through 10 games while also having a negative point differential. There are 2 losses this season, by 17 to the Eagles, 37 to the Cowboys. How good are the Vikings? Are they not any good at all?
No, I mean, they're a rich man's version of the Giants. But they're fake. They're fake at a different level, but they're not that good. And look, this is the reality. We live in an NFL where the parity's at an all-time high. No one's really that good. The couple teams that are stand out. That's it.
Kansas City.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay.
Kansas City, and that's it?
And that's it.
Wow.
Who else?
He has completely downgraded Buffalo.
Wow, he sure has.
Tell me who else. Are you putting Buffalo? Kansas City, you know what you're getting every week.
And speaking of knowing what you're getting every week, what another game that they had last night on Sunday Night Football. It happens to the Chargers again. They play so well, and
it's who they are.
Just can't close a game out.
No, it's who they are, and I got to be honest, part of it's on his guy. I've had enough of this Justin Herbert bulletproof love. At a certain point, if you're special, win games. I get tired of it.
Well, that's just hurtful. I was nice about DeAndre Swift.
I don't care.
Why is he making it personal, David?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it may be him.
Well, Brandon Staley might be on his way out.
But, yeah, they can't finish games.
You get Keenan Allen back, and your defense, that was the thing. Their defense was supposed to get better. They went out there and got Khalil Mack, and they still can't make stops at the end of the game. Let's talk about a bad team, though. Let's talk about the Houston Texans for a quick minute.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Lovie Smith spoke today in his Monday press conference, and he said the door is open for a QB change, maybe getting in Kyle Allen. This may be why. 5 total yards in the first half. They averaged 7.2 inches per play in the first half of that game on Sunday. And Albert Breer then tweeted this out after halftime. He says, I know the Texans had a deep hole to dig out of, but at some point, there has to be signs of progress here. Where are the signs of progress for Houston? I know they're supposed to be bad.
But where were they supposed to be?
Davis Mills is a second-year quarterback. Shouldn't he be a little bit better than this?
Okay, maybe, but he's also the reason I don't like taking QBs in the third round. This is another wasted asset where they were always going to draft his replacement unless he was a Russell Wilson-level shock.
So Davis Mills, to me, is a backup QB. Plain and simple.
Right.
That you bring in when your guy goes down, he's injured, whatever. But this,
look, man,
I don't know what the expectations are for the Texans.
Right, but that's my whole point.
5 total yards, though, in the first half?
Yeah, okay, but it happened to the Jets. I mean, David, the bottom line is, what do they have? They had to trade their franchise in disgrace. The roster is stripped down. All right, you want progress? Dameon Pierce the star. There's your progress. I don't know what else to say. They play hard. They try. They just suck. They suck. But they try. Like, I mean, what the hell else? David, they should be terrible so they can go take a quarterback. What else do they got? They got a gaggle of draft picks.
My thing is, I don't understand what progress would be considered.
Effort.
You don't want to be the worst team. Actually, you do want to be the worst team. You want to have the number one pick and either have people try and offer you extra picks to move up to that number one spot or just take the quarterback or the best player. That's what you need. Now, when you get to the draft, you can't go full Jadeveon Clowney. You can't outthink the room. Just take the best player, Texas, because every time you get this pick, you end up doing something stupid.
So somehow, some way, the Atlanta Falcons won a game again. They lost a turnover battle. They lost time of possession by a lot. They were outgained 288 to 280, which is not that great. But somehow they still found a way to win.
Yeah, I'll tell you how. Because they got a kick return from a touchdown because the Bears decided it'd be a great idea to kick to Cordarrelle Patterson.
109 yards.
What are you doing? The guy's got a dozen of these in his career. Why would you do this? That's how. Kickoff and punt returns completely, they just take box scores, crumple them up, and they throw them in the garbage. It's a free 7 from the sky. And in the NFL, every game is one score. Mm-hmm. There you go.
My question was going to be their half game out. Are they a legit threat to the Bucs to win that division? Because they just find a way to keep winning.
No, they're fun. They're like the Lions. They're not a threat at that level. No.
Let's talk about the Eagles, the team that is leading the NFC. Their offense without Dallas Goedert struggled. 17 points against a Jeff Saturday Colts team. They turned the ball over 2 more times. That is 6 times in the last 2 games. And Dallas Goedert's on the IR, which means he misses the next 3 games. How much will they truly miss Dallas Goedert in that offense? I know they have A.J. Brown.
Not nearly as much as they miss Jordan Davis.
Wow.
You can laugh.
Yeah.
Since Jordan Davis has been out, they're not the same team. They can't stop the run. It skews the TOP. It shortens the game for them. They get less possessions. They don't score as many points. You can laugh, but Rico's been right about that kid since jump. And you didn't have to like the conversation about it, but Jordan Davis is the linchpin to them taking the runaway. It's why they lost to the Commanders. It's why they needed a miracle yesterday. I think it's Jordan Davis. I don't want to hear about Dallas Goedert. They got Devontae Smith. They got A.J. Brown.
So only him. That's the only...
David, it's the one thing that's completely flipped the script on their whole deal.
And I got to wonder, and I know it's professionals and you take every team seriously, but are you taking the Colts seriously looking at who their coach is?
The Colts won last week, though.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Our team's just walking in here saying, okay, we're about to play the Washington Generals. This is going to be an easy game.
This is the NFL.
Right, David, it's human nature. The Colts they basically held up a sign saying, we quit. We hired a guy who has nothing to do with football. We got him from the TV booth.
It plays a role. David, it does. It's why the Lions usually steal one inexplicable game a year. Teams don't take them serious.
It was like Arizona last year.
They're going to start taking them more serious. I'm saying throughout history.
Yeah, but remember, Arizona came out and said, yeah, we didn't even study film. And then later you found out Kyler Murray really didn't study.
Never studies film.
But he admitted it was the Lions. We figured we were going to beat them.
Call of Duty, man.
Undefeated.
Before I get to you all's game ball, your game balls
Personal
from
growth.
the weekend, let me give you this breaking news. Sources, Deion Sanders in talks with Colorado and South Florida.
What?
About the head coaching
job. Deion, don't do it. Don't do it. Those are death traps.
If you're going to do it, take the South Florida job.
Yes.
Which is really not in South Florida, I found out.
It's in Tampa.
Yeah. I was like, this is nothing about
But at least you can recruit Florida. You know Florida. Colorado's a welfare program. Government cheese program. They don't spend money. They're not serious about sports. No, it's all nerds and potheads. See, don't take the Colorado job.
If I'm Deion, maybe I wait to see what happens at A&M. Texas A&M.
Oh, by the way, I know this isn't college edition, but did you see the after halftime shot of Kyle Field?
Yeah.
You mean the T-shirt race?
It made MSU look sold out. There was no one at Texas A&M's game in the second half. Not a person. I've never seen that.
The only thing I saw was that when they did the T-shirt relay, and they went from it was like nobody there.
No,
and it was a shirtless guy, and they just ran around the stadium and they handed off this T-shirt all the way around the stadium.
Hey, also fun fact: I was told this weekend by a buddy of mine, more students have made the Dr. Pepper end of third quarter kick at Spartan Stadium than Spartan field goal kickers this year. 3 Dr. Pepper winners, 2 Spartan field goals in Spartan Stadium.
Wait a minute.
Rico's doing the math in his head.
It might be 3-3, but the point is.
Well, I was about to say, I think it's 3-3, but damn, that's close.
And it's disgusting.
2 of them came last week, and he barely made the field goal on one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that is in football.
That is sad.